In this video, I'm going to share one thing that I've learned throughout my whole life, my whole experience, from being a professional show jumper, so a sports person, to then studying neuroscience, pharmacology, doing a lot of research in a lab, going into business, into strategy consulting, to starting my own business and now helping people get out of chronic back pain. And this one thing that I've learned actually helped me in any aspect of my life. And I know it might sound a bit like woo-woo, okay, what is she talking about? But it made me a better person. It made me healthier. It now allows me to help other people who are frustrated about, being stuck in chronic pain, not being able to move or do the things that they actually enjoy because they're scared to move, they're scared to get another back flare up or something. It helped me with my relationships. It also helped me lead my own business, my team, as well as my clients, and at the end of the day, find peace in everything that I do. And I have read so many self-help books. I love psychology, I love philosophy. I'm kind of like a little nerd actually, from obviously knowing everything about, well, maybe not everything, no one knows everything, but a lot about human anatomy, our behaviors, our psychology, mechanics, biomechanics, movement, chronic pain, chronic diseases and everything, right? Also how to be a better person. I'm going back to these books and stuff that I read. How to be a better person, how to be a better friend, how to be a better business leader, whatever. What I'm talking about, right? Like all these things that you can find online to just become a better person, to just know more, right? And this one thing that I've learned from everything that I read, experienced, got advice on from other people, people who maybe are where I always wanted to be, people who got out of chronic pain faster, whatever that is, right? I learned one thing, that at the end of the day, we do overthink everything. And it's way simpler than we think to achieve our goals, to get out of that chronic pain, to start a successful business, to be a better person, friend, whatever, right? However, to realize that it's actually way simpler than we think, we actually have to go through all these hard steps. We do have to read all these self-help books, ask people, get mentorship, go to uni, not go to uni, whatever, right? Like we have to absorb a lot of information to then realize that you don't actually need that much. And why do I even want to share this with you? Because I think this is one thing that I've learned, but also a mistake that I used to do in the past when I was, coaching my clients and helping people move better and move without fear and everything, because I was coming from a place of that inner peace, right? I knew exactly what works for me and what works for other people as well. However, I wanted everyone to be already where I am right now, and it took me like 10, 11 years to achieve what I've achieved now. And yes, I can do that quicker now. I can show people how to get rid of pain faster, not in 10 or 11 years, but actually like around 6 to 12 months. However, there's certain steps that even I myself wanted to either completely eliminate from my clients' experience and journey, that now I know is the wrong thing to do. And Why is that, right? So going back to why do I believe that everything is actually simpler than we think, right? So just for context, we're always looking for like the best exercise, the best stretch, the best mindset to go into this thing or that thing, right? And at the end of the day, there's no such thing, because everything can work, just not everything will work for everyone, if that makes sense. Sometimes we just have to like stop and actually exist and do the hard things, like, move every single day, eat good food, sleep well, right? Start from the basics, with the basics. But what I realized is, even though now I can speak from a very comfortable and calm and peaceful place, right? I can't just tell you you just sleep better and move more and your pain will disappear. Is that true? Yes, it is. I know it might hurt your feelings a little bit, but yes, you actually do need to do less, eliminate these like constraints from your life. Like, if you're constantly stressed, if you sit all the time and you don't do anything around your work or anything, if you eat shit and you just unhappy with everything else, it doesn't matter, what exercises or what rehab or what stretching, whatever you do, it won't help you, right? So on one hand, it is actually that simple. It is actually just about living peacefully and eating good food, and just moving more, right? However, for you to get benefit out of these three things, let's say sleep, food, and movement, you do need to go through that journey of trying different fixes, getting frustrated, focusing on just, your one very tight spot. Like, my hips are so immobile, like I need to mobilize them and everything, right? Because I've gone through this myself, right? It took me so long, because I didn't have anyone to tell me, like, just do one thing at the time, eliminate constraints, aka you not sleeping at night, so you're not going to recover well, for example, right? But let me just wrap everything up, because obviously I can go off tangent on this topic. It is okay to feel lost. It is okay to feel like you're doing all the right things and you're getting nowhere. But I just want you to know that it is actually simpler than you think. However, to realize that it is simple. Oh my God, my washing machine is going off. I don't know if you can hear that. Why is it so long? Thank you very much. Anyway, it is actually way simpler than you think. It is actually just about movement, recovery, and fueling your body in the right way, right? But for you to get to that point, you need to focus on your isolated parts. You need to go through stretching, rehab, all these things, right? To then be like, oh my God, like I've tried everything, like why is nothing working? Maybe because you're just actually fixating over like, okay, this thing is going to fix me, or that thing is going to fix me, or this person is better, that person is better, or whatever, right? So what I'm trying to say is kind of like really difficult to put into words, but for you to know, to have that autonomy and have that peace of mind that you know exactly what you need to do and what's the right next step to take, you have to go through a journey of being frustrated, trying different things, succeeding, then failing, succeeding and failing, ideally with someone. And I'm honestly not trying to like sell you anything whatsoever, but it is just hard, to go through this yourself. So if you ever, thought of getting direct help from me, you can message me on Instagram, Triple M, and I'm just gonna send you more details on how I help people get out of that chronic pain loop, but also, make people realize that they actually okay and they have control of their body. So yeah, if you ever wanted some guidance on the exact steps that I take with my clients to get them from being scared to move to actually moving freely without anyone else's support or being dependent on, rehab clinics, physiotherapy, or coaches like me, shoot me a message and we can have a little chat. But anyway, it is hard to do it yourself because you most of the time will feel lonely and really frustrated that you're doing all the right things but nothing works. But trust me, if you just keep going, keep trusting the process, keep trusting yourself, and these little failures, these ups and downs, you are gonna get to the point of realization that you've done all of this to realize that it's actually way simpler than you thought it would be. Hope that makes sense.